Let's head to the Etihad Stadium now. Sam Matterface just got up with City goal scorer Tjani Rinders, who said the quad is still on.
We are still in the race for 4 titles, and this is the first title that we can get. And it would be, of course, very nice to win it against Arsenal. And from that on, keep going in the league as well.
Is that the attitude inside the dressing room? You're fighting on 4 fronts here. You still think you can go after all of those and certainly chase down Arsenal at the top of the table? Because most people are sort of almost handing it to them as if it's already done.
No, we don't give up, and we are on a hunt, and we want to do our best in every competition, and in the Premier League especially.
Do you think you can hunt them down?
That's our goal, and that's what we are doing now. Yeah.
I mean, no one's really spoke about Man City on winning the quad.
No, they haven't, because Arsenal are kind of stealing the show at the moment, aren't they? They're top of the table, top of the Champions League. They are the team to catch. They're the team to beat. That's why. But yeah, I mean, they are in the hunt for all 4. I still think Arsenal are going to have too much from the title. Just can't see the City. They're just too open. Even tonight,
the Carabao Cup final obviously is coming up next month.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting game because that could give momentum. You get a trophy, right? Man City win it.
Yeah.
You go all of a sudden,
100%.
We've got the momentum now. We beat you.
Yeah.
And now we're coming for the title.
Yes, I think you're right to go do a deeper dive into what the psychology might mean about where the title goes. A lot can happen. Man City might drop more points. Arsenal might stay. There might be 9 points clear come that, or it might be 3, and they still got to go to City. There's still a lot of games to be played, but from what I've seen so far, I still think Arsenal are the team that probably both ends of the pitch got too much.
Let's go to Andrew's Man City fan. Hi, Andrew.
All right, Andy boy.
Hiya, boys.
All right, mate.
You all right?
Yeah. Look, you're in the final. Congratulations. What do you make of it tonight?
Obviously, I'm happy that we've got there. Again, it's another final for Pep. We'll just go in how Newcastle approached the game with the front 3. I just didn't understand how they didn't start Barnes and Risa like they did in the first leg, when they knew they had to come and chase the game. You know what a good player Harvey Barnes is. No, it's just like I said, it's a cup final. You never know what's going to happen in the cup final. Hopefully, if we can win it, then, like you were saying before, hopefully we can get some momentum behind us, because at the moment we just don't have momentum at the moment.
Andrew, are you? I watch a lot of City. You'll probably watch more than me, but I watch a lot of City. I'm always defensively, always unconvinced that they are capable of keeping a clean sheet. When I look at Arsenal, even when Arsenal are a little bit off colour, they still manage to get over the line. I'm not convinced that City are that team that we saw 3 years ago under Pep. Of course they're not. But are you concerned that at any point in a game you are capable of conceding?
Especially second half of the season, absolutely. The fact that the leads that we've thrown away to yourselves, to Brighton, and also to Tottenham, where we should have been taking, no disrespect to those teams, we should be taking 9 points out of them games. And I stated that on the morning breakfast show on Monday morning, which is a worrying thing. I think, and also as well, you've got to look at is, obviously we've lost, Diaz hopefully will be back for the Liverpool game. So obviously, Kuzanov will probably be rested, and you'll have Diaz and Gay at the back with Nunes and O'Reilly. But obviously losing Guardiola is a big loss.
Yeah.
Is a massive loss. And I just think that we are rebuilding. And I think you look at the first half of the season, everything was going really well for us. Yeah. We were playing well, we were keeping clean sheets. And this second half, we just so open at the back. And like we were comfortable for an hour tonight, and then all of a sudden
they did have chances.
We were tired, and then Newcastle had chances then. And like you say, they get 3-1, and then Langer puts it 3-2. then it's like, does that hold when we're at Fulham? And we were 5-1
well, the
at
Fulham game, it's a great one to mention, the Fulham one, because that game was...
Does that come back into the equation?
Yeah.
Does that have the mindset on the players? And just, like I said, if we can, I'd say if we can win it, great. But I think just the main objective is to finish in the top 4. And then obviously then the new players like Shirky's been absolutely brilliant. Rinders is I'm a bit hit and miss.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Gonzalo, Nico had a great first half of the season, not being so good in the second half. Aït-Nouri's playing well because he's getting game time. And we knew he was a good player, even when he was at Wolves. But yeah, it's just the defense. Just at the moment, the central defence worries me at the moment.
All right, and Andrew, listen, thanks for your call. I'm going to go to Dan, who's a Newcastle fan. All right, Dan.
Right, Danny boy.
Hello, mate. All right.
I'm all right, Dan. I'm all right. Eddie Howe under pressure?
Not for me. So you've got to look above Eddie Howe, the sporting directors, the way the club's being run at the minute. You think, when Eddie Howe first came, he had Amanda Staveley, who was like the face of the club. She was like, answered all the questions for the fans. She was very positive. That left Eddie Howe to do his job as a manager. Amanda Staveley leaves, and then all of a sudden, you're hearing like that Eddie Howe, Steve Nixon, Eddie Howe's nephew, they're running the transfers. So how can you blame Eddie Howe now, when, especially for the last 3 January windows, where do you think he's got the time to sort out transfers as well as looking after the team and managing? It's like he's managing the whole club, because above him, the chop and changing went from Dan Ashworth to Mitchell. Now these, like today on talkSPORT, that Hopkins on 5 year wouldn't be challenging. How many times have we heard that? It just excuse after excuse after excuse. The owners, if they go rid of Eddie Howe now, they know for a fact that what is like above Eddie Howe is not in the right place yet to be able to get rid of him. He's keeping the club going for me at the minute.
I don't think anyone's saying he's going to get sacked now, but come the end of the season, as all clubs will do. Go on. Yeah, go on.
So even at the end of the season, they haven't been in long enough to be able to, say, all right, Eddie Howe can go. I think he deserves to have, if this season's bad and we're out of the top 10 and stuff like that, he's done enough in the club to be able to have one season that's a bad season. Next season starts off bad, okay, then talk about it. But this season, you need above him needs to be properly in place and stable before you can blame Eddie Howe.
I agree. All right, Dan, listen, thanks for your
Danny
call.
boy.
Keep your calls coming in. We'll want to hear from Man City fans, Newcastle fans. We'll take a look back at last night's semi-final as well. Chelsea got slapped. But just how good is this Arsenal squad? 03 717 22 33 44.